Hi, we're back with the 64 weeks of nonviolence, and today's topic will be simplifications. And then after this, I'll be doing my fitness thing too, so come back for that. Okay, so do you want to read the beginning?
To simplify is to invite peacefulness. Think of 3 ways you can simplify your life and put at least one of them into practice today. I don't watch TV anymore.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good way to
I watch a TV show. Like I'll hear about a TV show or like Game of Thrones, everybody know that, but after it's like off, like I just watch that hour and then it's like I'm watching my TV show. So then that makes me I'm able to save money because I don't have to pay charter.
Yeah, I'm done with charter.
And I'm not really watching a lot of crap. After I learned that they kind of target us based off of our interests.
You need to be a part of my book club, which will probably start next week. And the first book's going to be Michelle Obama, Becoming Michelle Obama.
Okay.
The second book's going to be, you need to read this book. The second book's going to be Trevor Noah, Born a Crime. It's so good. You'll really love it. And then I got some, I'm like really into Barack Obama and them, so I got his books too, but I'll read it and then I'll see if that's what we need to do or not. But definitely think like simplifying your life is getting rid of some electrical things in your life and the need to respond to them immediately.
Yeah.
So I learned from Lexi.
Because I used to have things recorded, like when I'm at home, and then I'm even about to buy a meal just to sit next to it and watch it, and then it's just horrible.
So the thing that I do to simplify my life is like I try to eliminate disturbances when I know I need my sleep. So I learned from Lexi like how to set my phone on
Do not
disturb. And then on Saturdays when I'm at work and I work 2 16s and I only have 8 hours of sleep, get dressed and get ready for my next shift, I just put it on that. So that just like eliminates like the need to be in touch with people when I really need to be asleep.
In touch with yourself.
Yes.
And paying attention to yourself. And
people, I do the same thing on Mondays now. I used to not do it on Mondays, but I do it on Mondays too because that's the beginning of my week where I try to get regular. So as soon as I come home, I put my phone again on that mode.
But you know what though? Because when I put it on Do Not Disturb, people start respecting my schedule. They know like, oh, they can't get through at that time. Like no different than business hours.
And I return calls. Just leave me a message. I'm not returning a random call, but if you text me or leave me a message, of course I'll return. Otherwise, I'm assuming you were just calling to say hi, and that's really not necessary.
I'm too tired right now.
Yeah, all the time to be like hi. Like I'm just not that person. Sorry.
Hi.
Another thing that I'm doing to simplify my life is like I used to really rely on appliances, like apps a lot to do some things, and I'm trying to go back old school and like keep my journal, keep my notes, and because I'm doing the fitness thing, I'm keeping my calorie count in here. And I feel like I've never done a calorie count before.
Diary.
But yeah, like the calories in your food. But I feel like when you do it manually, it makes it easier to make choices because you're knowing the choices you're taking instead of putting on your app, Apple, and they figure everything out. Like when you're figuring it out yourself, I feel like you're just smarter about it. So then another thing I do actually is using electrical things, and that is just like these things that we're doing because it's just so easy with lives. It's so easy with YouTube. It's easy for me to do things that I want to stick with if I include a group. So I really want to do this. An easy way for me to do it all the time is for me to do it in a form where I include a group because then I'm an accountability person. Like I'm more likely to be accountable to something if I'm part of a group because I don't like to let down people than I am if it's just me. Because if it's just me, I'll be like, I just skip that today. It's okay.
I sure
and that's why I exercise
before the gym
and go live when I do my exercises because I feel like that I'm encouraging other people to be fit. And I'm keeping myself on schedule because I'm making a commitment to you guys that I will do this at least 3 to 5 times a week. So those things help me simplify my life. And simplification to me means like being honorable to my word too, but doing it in the easiest way possible. But just because I'm making my life simple doesn't mean I'm going to cancel commitments and not do the things that, I've made arrangements with people to do. I just want to do it in a way that's easier. And like me and Lexi have this agreement where if we don't come on Monday, we come on Tuesday. Like we're simplifying it instead of like not really having a set schedule, but also like making it simple. Like if we have something going on one day, we just flex it to the next day.
Yep.
But we're still staying committed to it. So and of course part of simplification to me is decluttering, getting rid of things you don't need, like all kinds of things you don't need.
Which brings up the practice for the child.
Yes.
Simplicity for a child activity is cleaning up the clutter in your bedroom today.
Hey, I need to do that too.
I'm actually good. My room's clean.
It's clean, but I want to get rid of crap. Do
I want to get rid of.
I want to clean, like get rid of things I don't use or
cans.
participate in.
Cans and like that type of stuff. I need to get rid of.
Yeah. So another way to simplify your life is to practice eating whole foods, because it's actually, people are always like, oh, it's so expensive to eat whole foods and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's not really. If you buy it not prepared and prepare it yourself, it's actually cheaper. So since I'm doing the fitness thing, like I'm trying to get back into being really good about not buying so many processed things. People in my house still eat processed things. You can't change the world, but I have things available for me that fill me up that are non-processed, and I'll share that with you guys later. But that is a way to just simplify it. And I always go to the grocery stores on Mondays, and usually pretty much every day. But you know what I mean? You end up going every day when you're doing a certain thing. But on Mondays I always go to get my things, and then during the week I go to make sure I have the meals my family needs, which I eat with them too. So that's a simple thing to do, like plan ahead. Like if you really are trying to lose weight in a healthy way, buy whole foods. Buy yogurt, buy water, buy a potato. Like buy the things you need that are whole, because your body will process them better than buying things that are not whole, which actually creates more hunger and more desire to eat more. And your body don't digest it anyway. And I will say I have lost weight, even though I went on vacation already.
Good.
So now I'm doing my calorie count thing.
Because you want to keep it up.
And because I have a goal, a mental goal too.
Okay.
So let's talk about something else too, because I was just on vacation, so I want to bring back something that I learned on from vacation that I think relates to simplification. So I'll say, I always get massages when I go on vacation.
Me too.
And I feel like it's real healing, and I really believe like in being in touch with your body, and part of being in touch with your body is respecting your body. And people always want to say like, respect your body when it comes to sex or whatever, but they don't want to follow that rule when it comes to food, when it comes to relaxation, when it comes to sleep. And I just feel like, don't be a hypocrite.
Yeah, do it all.
Don't be acting like this is your temple,
but
it's just your temple when you're talking about sex. Like, let it be your temple in everything. Yeah. So I just love the whole practice of the massage when you go to a different country, especially when I go to Mexico. And I love Mexican people, and I love vacationing there, and they just, your phone is dead. They just make me feel right. Do you need a charger?
Yeah.
Is that the problem?
Yeah, but I'll be Ubering. It's okay.
Okay. So we'll just.
But that all went through. It made a video.
Okay, but I'll just post this one here in a little bit. So we just lost one of our cameras, but that's fine. So when I went to Mexico, what I tried to take back from it, and of course I read my Michelle Obama book, so I'm just really feeling myself and loving myself as a woman, and I just really recommend that book. I hope you guys join me on this
Michelle
book.
Obama.
Yeah, the whole book thing, because I love to read a book, but I love to read a book about a good person, because it makes you think about your life and about just how you could be a better person, and this is what this thing's all about too. So when we would come to the massage, she had a candle on a plate with some rocks, and then
a rock.
And then you would put your hand on. You could either put your hand on the plate or on the candle if it was lit, and it's representing the universe. So, and she tells you we're all intrinsically, intertwined in this universe, and let's take a moment to respect the people that we love in our lives and all the relationships that we have, because they're all interrelated. And when I was thinking about that, I'm like, how true is that? And like, how can I use that in my life to simplify my life? And I just thought of it like this, like, I should always be praying for everyone that I'm encountered with, whether they're my foe or my friend or my whatever, because that person is connected to somebody that I love. And if I love people, a certain people, then I need to love the people that are around them too and pray for them. And that's why I say, make your life simple. If you can't do anything for somebody, just pray for them, because it's so powerful. And in the end, you're so related. And I always think, like, when I was really young, I'm kind of young still, but anyway, when I was young, I was in the Navy, and I felt like I was getting away. Like, I joined the Navy to, get away. Like, I was unhappy here.
Okay.
Like, with my relationships, I was young. I was, in and out of love, and people didn't really love me. And you know what I mean? Like, you get discouraged, and you just want to get away from it, because you're like, let me just get away from this and start over.
And get to know myself.
Yeah, and just like
strengthen
really
myself.
focus on what's important instead of all these fake relationships, because I felt like that's what I was getting when I was right out of high school, because people just kind of on some fake stuff when they're young. I mean, but you know, people
It's the
grow
truth,
up,
yeah.
you know, and I'm not saying anything about anybody. But part of what I did is try to get away, but it seemed like everywhere I went, I met somebody from Alton. I'm like, what the heck? But it was a lesson for me that you can't get away from people. So why not just pray them up? If you're really having a problem with a coworker, pray that they get a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Pray that they have the opportunity to relocate. That's better for them. I mean, just pray people up.
Out my
like,
apartment.
Pray people up, even people that you're unhappy with, because that person that you're unhappy with is, trust me, they are in touch with somebody that you love.
Mm-hmm.
So why not wish them better and more success? So I would say another way to simplify your life in general, if you want to do some good for people, but you can't really get involved because getting involved is real hard for you, just pray about it.
Agreed.
And I just thought that was so simple and such an easy way to think about people and our relationships. And I think that's so important. Like, I love when she said, I just want to pray for all your relationships. That doesn't mean friendships. That doesn't mean your husband.
Oh.
You're in relationships with all people.
No,
So I felt like that was so cool.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And it made me rethink, like, oh my God, I'm always thinking about praying for the people I love, you know, and the people I encounter and the people that are in touch with the people that I love. But like just all of my relationships. Like if I have a moment where I'm in a relationship with you, which to me is any interaction that I have with you, I just want to pray for you when I walk away from that. Be like, hey, you know, I hope that person has some peace today. Or God, just, you know, bless them.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like people make prayer so hard. Like you could say a prayer for somebody in 2 seconds when you walk away from them. It's real simple. Or, you know, so I just love that idea about relationships because it just makes it more whole. Don't
It
you
does.
think?
Yeah.
Like it's a more whole
Like even when